Hey party people, this is Zach from visionswell.com, products and principles for a simple, serene life. Today, we're gonna look at two camera bags from a company called BAGSMART. I had done some backpack reviews recently for BAGSMART products, and I found that they were great budget options, and they had pretty decent materials for the price point. So I wanted to take a look at two options for camera bags. And then in the case of the sling, you could also use it just as a regular sling. I mean, technically you could use the camera bag for anything you want to as well, but their primary use cases are for camera bags and carrying around camera gear. And you'll see that in their design elements. So in this hand, I have the Walker 4-liter Featherlight Camera Sling Bag. And in this hand, I have the Soar 6-liter Camera Sling Bag with tripod holder. If you're a photographer or if you're just a hobbyist that likes to bring a camera around with you when you're going on trips or to take landscape photos or photos of you and your friends or family, then these might be great options for you if you're a budget conscious consumer and you want something that will give you the most bang for the buck. So let's take an individual look at both of these camera bags and we can go over all of their features, and then you can decide for yourself which bag is better for you or if there's other options that you might want to consider. Let's go ahead and get started. First up, we have the Walker 4-liter Featherlight Camera Sling Bag. This is a sling bag that retails for $45.99 US dollars. It measures 8.27 by 3.94 by 7.09 inches. It has a 4-liter capacity, and it weighs 0.882 pounds, making it very light. It would work for any kind of ultralight scenario as well. It also comes with this little mini bag that measures in at 3.34 by 2.76 by 0.787 inches. I know that's a lot of decimal points, but I just wanted to give you an accurate representation of the size of this bag so that you can decide if it's within your size limits or would fit well on your body. It's made from a weave quilted fabric, and it's durable and stylish, lightweight and water repellent, and it's made from nylon. If you look at the aesthetics of this bag, it's very colorful. It has nice accents on it. You can see the carry strap has red on one side and black on the other. You have a black buckle here with a red accent. And everything about this bag is pretty unique. I think it's a really stylish and kind of fun color option. And I believe there's other color styles as well if you wanted a different color arrangement, but these ones look pretty good. And I think this would work well in a lot of different scenarios. It's not super professional looking, so it's more of like a vacationer, or you're wearing more casual clothing and you just want a camera bag, so it would work well in that instance. Just like one of the backpacks and a couple of the tote bags that I reviewed recently from BAGSMART, it has that woven outside that looks like a sleeping bag or jacket, so you can see the stitching and the way it kind of looks quilted. I think it's a really nice aesthetic, and I think it stands out more than just like a flat nylon shell. If that kind of loudness bothers you, you might want something more minimal, but I personally kind of like the way this looks. So let's go over some of the exterior features of this bag. As you can see, there's little G-hooks at the front made of plastic, and then they have nylon straps with strap keepers to keep the dangle at bay. And these can be unhooked and adjusted, and you could put something like a tripod or an umbrella or even a small jacket or something like that. Anything you want to carry externally on your bag, a water bottle, would fit great in here. You would just have to unhook them. And you would unhook both of these, put the item inside, reclip the little G-hooks, and then you could tighten down these straps and fix the strap keepers, and then you would be able to tightly cinch any kind of item to the outside of this bag. You see there's a little rubberized BAGSMART logo on the side. It's a little bit loud for this bag and pretty in your face, but it's not huge, so it's not a huge worry for me, and it's not a terrible logo, so I think it's okay. Back to the front of the bag, you can see that there's a little plastic clip here that has a red nylon strap that keeps this top flap closed. So it feels very durable and it functions very well. I don't think it's Duraflex, I think it's unbranded, but it still functions well enough and I don't really see a problem with it. The sides of the bag, you have these plastic D-rings that are connected with like a fake leather kind of thing, and that's where the carry strap attaches to. So you could technically unclip this carry strap if you're not using it, but I don't know what you would be using this for if you didn't use the carry strap, so it'll probably always be attached. That has the little fake leather accents. It's got plastic adjustment buckles if you want to adjust the length of this. And then also it has that little bag attached to it that I mentioned on another little D-ring that has this fake leather accent here too. And then it has a tiny carabiner that attaches to this bag. This bag is made out of nylon. It's got a nice little zipper pull here that has a paracord loop on it. Open it up, it's just one zipper. The inside is this bright orange color, and you could put all kinds of stuff in here. I think the intention is to use this for like your SD cards or spare batteries for your camera, and that's where I think I would use it most. But if you don't use it, you could always unclip it and use it in other bags. Just use it as a little extra pouch anytime you're doing travel. But it does have this giant BAGSMART logo on it, which is a little obnoxious, so I might use this just as a tiny accessory pouch within a travel bag instead of for this purpose, because I feel like this bag has plenty of room in it to fit all your SD cards and extra batteries, so you may not even need this, but it's there just in case you do. On the sides of the bag, there is two little pockets. You could obviously put spare batteries in here, small containers, small items of any size. It has a little bit of elastic give so that it fits a little bit more. And you have one of these on both sides. So useful little addition if you want more external carry for this bag. You also have a hidden zipper pouch on the back. So if you wanted to put things like your cell phone, wallet, passport, stuff like that, anything you wanted up against your body and safe, you could put it in here. It also has the contrasting bright orange interior so that you can see the gear inside, similar to the little mini pouch. So that gives another option of carry places on this bag. Nice little extra pocket. I think for any sling bag, it's important to have a pocket like this. So I appreciate that it's there. Close that up. And then if I unbuckle the front of this bag, you can see it has kind of a lunchboxy flap at the top that goes over the whole bag and then clips in as I showed. So if you open that up, you can see there's actually another little stash pocket in the top here. That's orange mesh. It has that contrasting bright orange interior as I mentioned earlier. And there's a nice little mesh pocket here if you want to put things like the SD card, the spare batteries I already mentioned, any kind of small dongles, or anything little that you don't want bopping around the inside of the bag, you could put up here, zip it closed, and it's completely secured up in the lid here. Stuff you might need quick access to without totally unzipping the bag. It has a little nylon bright orange zipper pull, which makes it super visible. Then you can see the top of this is that same kind of bright orange material, fabric-y lid here. And then this has a zipper with a paracord zipper pull, so you can unzip that. And then if you look on the inside here, you can see it still has that super bright orange interior to allow you to see the gear inside. You have this movable sewn in little divider here, similar to the Bellroy sling that I reviewed recently. And it allows you to move this around depending on what kind of camera gear you're bringing and how big it is. And you can move it out of the way if you're not using it. I think you would put things like lenses or maybe a smaller camera body just to separate out this bag and give it a little bit of extra padding. It's nice because unlike the Bellroy bag, this is positioned in a way where you can actually like fully kind of fold it away against the side of the bag. So I really like the design of this, and I think it allows this to be used as more than just a camera bag. If you're not using this padded divider, just kind of fold it up and push it to the side, and then it's not really in the way for you and doesn't take up as much space. But then you can move it around depending on the size of your gear and put padding where padding needs to be for lenses or anything that's delicate or any kind of delicate tech. You have a way to kind of protect it. Then you also have another bright orange mesh pocket at the back here. Open that up with a zipper. It has the nylon zipper pull that's bright orange, just like the other pocket on the lid. And like I said, you could put spare batteries, SD cards, chargers, any kind of camera gear or tech gear that you need on the side, or even your wallet, cell phone, keys, something like that, depending on how you're using this bag. You have another little zipper pocket here, and that's important to have. And then it has a large inner cavity, so you could fit multiple camera bodies, multiple lenses, any kind of chargers, or whatever kind of tech you need to bring with you, you could easily fit in here. I mean, with this out of the way, you could even use this as like a lunchbox or a daily carry bag, anything you want. So this bag leaves a lot of options, and I think it has a lot of functionality and organization that really helps you decide how you want to use this for your gear. Again, it's a very casual bag. So if you're someone who's a professional photographer, I might not necessarily recommend this, but for anyone who's an amateur or hobbyist or just taking bags out on vacation with them, this would be a great bag for that use case because it fits in well in a casual environment. It's bright, it's colorful, it stands out, and it could really be a way to safely protect your camera gear and also not just have like a plain black bag. The only other pocket I forgot to mention was there's a little slide pocket at the front here. And this could be useful for anything you need quick access to, but doesn't need to be super protected. Could be documentation, could be something like gum or hand sanitizer or something you might need quick access to, but it doesn't need to be zipped away and you wouldn't necessarily lose your mind if you lost it when you were out and about. So I think for the price point on this bag being only $45.99 US, that this is a great option if you just need a casual camera bag. As to how it fits on you, I'd probably wear it like over me like this, and I could look like a super tourist. Then I have, my camera bag right here. I could cinch it up a little bit more and carry my camera gear around with me right around my neck. Or you could obviously wear it at your side. You could wear it on your back. You could wear it on either shoulder. However you want to wear this, I think it would work, and it doesn't necessarily look out of place. I think professionally it looks a little bit out of place, but anywhere casual, like an amusement park, on a vacation where you're in brightly colored clothes and shorts and casual wear, this would fit right in. And it's also a low enough price point that if you have a child that has a camera set up and they want to start getting into photography, this would be a good cheap option to buy them, and then they have a nice camera bag that they can bring with them and get all messed up and throw it around, and you have a way to carry your camera gear that's casual, minimal, and a little bit bright and has some panache to it. So I like this bag. Next up, I have the Soar 6-liter camera sling bag with tripod holder. And this is a great kind of larger sling bag that you could use for a variety of different purposes. It came in this nice orange and tan colorway. And again, just like the Walker 4-liter camera bag, this is a little bit more casual of a sling, so I wouldn't necessarily wear it in a business or professional environment, but it would be great on vacations, at a beach, at an amusement park, or anywhere where you're wearing casual clothes and vacationing. You could easily put stuff in here. The idea behind the sling being a little bit larger is because it's supposed to be used for camera gear, just like the other bag. So there's a lot of room in this and a lot of different pockets to help you organize your camera gear and to help you safely stow away your camera and your lenses and chargers and batteries so that you have a way to bring around your camera gear when you're out and about. The Soar 6-liter camera sling retails for $44.99 US. It has kind of dual use as a camera bag, or you could use it as a larger commuter sling. Both are entirely possible. It measures in at 12.2 by 5.9 by 6.69 inches. And it has a nylon exterior and a polyester interior with a 6-liter capacity. So let's take a look at some of the exterior features of this bag. We'll start with the straps. You have these plastic adjustment points on the side so that if this is very loaded out or not loaded out at all, you can adjust this and kind of cinch it down and keep the sling shape a little bit better if you want to tighten it down. And then when you're wearing it, it wears against your chest and it can keep it a little bit flatter, helps it conform its shape. And you have that on both sides. Then you have a gray buckle here that's made of plastic. Again, it's not Duraflex, but it feels very beefy and durable. I don't see any problems with this unbranded clip. You have a nylon adjustment loop where you can lengthen it and shorten it depending on where you want to wear this or how you're wearing this sling. And it's this nice gray color. It feels durable. I don't have any problems. It's a pretty basic strap. And then you have this removable shoulder pad that has a little BAGSMART logo on it right there. And it's orange, and it also can be unvelcroed from this if you don't want to use it. So if you're using this as a hip pack, or you don't necessarily need a shoulder pad, or you want to move this around, it gives you that flexibility because you can just unvelcro it and put it wherever you want, or don't use it at all. At the back of the bag, you have another one of those hidden pockets. This will be great for a cell phone, passport, wallet, things like that. My only issue with doing that is that it's not zipper closed, so it's a magnet. And when I deal with magnets, I'm always a little bit more scared to put something like a passport or wallet in here because I don't know if I'm gonna dump this upside down, it's gonna fall out, or it could get caught on something. And it's just not as safe as a zipper closure. So I may put something in there that I would notice more that would fall out, like my phone or hand sanitizer or keys or something like that that are a little bit heavier, so I would feel it if they fell out. But it is nice regardless to have this pocket. It has that polyester interior. It's a light gray color so you can see the gear inside. There's also a little gray key leash with a metal clip on the end to put your keys away back here. So I think it would be good, because there's no zipper closure, to put your keys here, because at least it's leashed in. And that would be a great use for this pocket, that it's up against your body. It has a nice kind of grid pattern to this beige back of it. There's not a ton of padding, but it feels pretty soft and durable and waterproof because of the nylon material. So I kind of like the back of this bag. On the bottom of the bag, similar to the other camera sling, you can see it has these little G-clips, but these ones feel like they're actually metal. And again, they have little orange accents here. They have strap keepers. So if you wanted to put a tripod or an umbrella or some kind of clothing or water bottle on the bottom of your sling while you're carrying it around, you could easily do that by unclipping it, putting the item here, loosening it to the desired length, and then putting the G-hook back in and tightening it down with these straps. And then you could put whatever you want on the exterior of this bag. On the front of the bag, you can see this nice orange accent. It has kind of this like suede feeling, almost like a faux suede orange at the corners here, nice little details. There's a more minimal BAGSMART logo, and I kind of like this logo better than the one on the other bag because it's not so loud, it's small, it's kind of out of the way. And then under this orange sheet, there's actually a zipper pull here on the side, and it gives you this little hidden pocket. The zipper pull is this nice one that you can fit a finger in. It's pretty big, and it's orange and has kind of a rubberized plastic end, so it's really easy to grip. You unzip it, and then this whole cavity here you have open. So you could put any kind of small gear in here, your phone, or even like a small hat or something like that that rolls up, extra socks, whatever you want, you could put on the outside of the sling because you have this big external pocket. It bulges out, it has a lot of volume in here. So I think it's a great little extra pocket that I've never seen on another sling bag. So I wanted to mention that I really like that as well. Then the other exterior pocket you have is above that, and there's a zipper that goes across, and you can open it up, and it has that light gray polyester material on the inside. It's got two large mesh pockets, and you could put, your cell phone, your wallet, batteries, SD cards, anything like that you want on the exterior of the bag in this outside pocket. You have plenty of inside space. You have these two little organizational pockets. And I think it's just a nice little functional pocket for the outside of the bag. So in addition to this one on the front, you have this one, and that's two places to put a lot of extra smaller gear that you want quick access to. So I really like the setup and design of where these pockets are placed and all the functionality and options it gives you for what you want to carry and wear in your bag. Then the main pocket here has two of those nice zippers where your finger can fit in easily. They're lockable. They have little hoops where you could put a lock through them. It's also the only AquaGuard coated zipper on this bag, so it will protect your camera and gear inside, gives a little bit of extra waterproofing. It doesn't have the same gusset that some of the Bellroy slings did, so you can't fit your finger in the side. You don't have to worry as much about rain getting in or potential things falling out of your bag, which is a feature that I really like, so I wanted to mention it. I like that it fully zips closed so that everything inside is secure. If you open it up, you can see this sling, similar to the other camera sling, has this sewn in divider that's padded that you can move around the bag if you have lenses or camera bodies or other delicate tech that you want to protect. This allows you a lot of functionality and a lot of options for where you want to place it and how you want to secure it into the bag with some decent padding. And then similarly to the other bag, you can also fully just push this out of the way and use it as a giant inner cavity. The cavity in this bag is absolutely huge. So you could fit whole water bottles, you could probably fit a tripod, you could fit all kinds of stuff in here. There's a ton of room in these 6 liters. So if you wanted to use this as a commuter bag, it gives you a lot of options for larger stuff you want to bring. You could even probably bring e-readers or certain sizes of tablets. You'd have to measure it, but it looks like there's plenty of room in here to put whatever you might need. And then if you open it up from either side, you can see that it opens up pretty fully. So you could close it over here and get access to all the gear on this side by opening it wide, or do the same thing on the other side. And then on this side of the interior, you have a gray mesh zipper pocket with a gray nylon pull. This again is useful for stuff you don't want falling around the bag that's smaller. Could be your batteries, could be your SD cards, dongles, chargers, things like that. You could also put your cell phone, wallet, passport, anything you want in there. Anything you want to section off behind a zipper, you have the option in that pocket, which I think is great. And then on the other side, you have a large slide pocket. So if you had a tablet or an e-reader that could fit well in here, or any kind of documentation or flat items, you have a nice slide pocket here to put stuff inside. And I think that's a really good option, and it gives you a lot of flexibility for this bag. Honestly, I would probably use this more as a general sling bag for commuting, rather than one that's strictly for camera carrying, because it actually has a lot of functionality that can apply to any vacation or travel. And you can squeeze it down where it's not super small, but you could fit this into a backpack for one bag or personal item only travel if you packed it intelligently. And it allows you to bring an extra bag with you that's somewhere between the size of a small sling and a small backpack. And it gives you a little bit extra space as opposed to a small sling. So if you needed to bring things like stuff for your kids, a water bottle, any kind of extra tech, or you have souvenirs, or you picked up things along the way like snacks and other kind of tech that you want to bring with you, you have more room in here than you would on your average small sling. So I think it's a great option. The materials feel really nice. I think its casual look works for it if you're bringing it on vacation. There's other color options, obviously, but I kind of like the loudness, brightness, fun orange color of all this. And I think it would really fit well in a lot of different environments, and it has plenty of pockets to accommodate all your different types of gear of varying sizes and the security you want for that particular gear. Also, for under $45, you can't really go wrong. Even if you hate this thing, you're not spending a ton of money on it. And it's worth it for budget-conscious consumers who just want a larger sling bag to play around with, to bring with them, to have the option when they're on the road and they're doing one bag travel. This can be your 1.5 bag, your bag that goes within the other bag, and then you have a way to walk around the city, walk around the town, and have a little bit of extra storage on you. So that's all I really have to say about the Walker 4-liter Featherlight Camera Sling Bag and the Soar 6-liter Camera Sling Bag with tripod holder. And they're both budget-friendly BAGSMART slings that can hold camera gear or could be used for everyday tech or just have an extra bag with you when you're traveling. And I really think at the price point that you can't really go wrong. They have a lot of features. They have pretty good materials. They're not branded zippers or clips, but it may not matter at this price point. So I suggest if you want to try a camera sling out or a camera bag out and you don't want to spend a lot of money, check out BAGSMART. They're great bang for your buck items. And sometimes you don't need the name brand or the super expensive bag if you're just dabbling into this space. So check both of these out. Check out BAGSMART in general, and let me know below if you have any other suggestions for camera slings or other kind of bags that I should check out and review on my channel. Thanks as always for watching, and thank you sincerely for entering the Maxpedition contest for the Falcon 2 backpack as well as the mini pocket organizer. That just ended today, and the winner has been notified. I will provide an update video shortly for that once everything's been confirmed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Take care.